We're talking with Randy Bachman of Bachman Turner Overdrive. And Randy, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. It's great to be talking to you.
Well, you brand new album out live at the Roseland Ballroom, New York City. And I guess the question, the live album, really neat. What was the idea behind that?
Well, Turner and I had got together to play Sweden Rock a couple of years ago, and we just didn't want to play all the old material. So we did a new album together called Bachman and Turner. And we played Sweden Rock and had 38,000 people, and we're quite blown away by it. Then we went and played the High Voltage Festival in London, England, and 8,000 people. And we're playing on with our old friends, like Def Leppard and Foghat and Foreigner and Journey and Peter Frampton, all these guys. It was really amazing. And we came back to Canada and the States and played some more gigs. And got asked to do a 3D camera shoot for PBS with 12 cameras in 3D and high definition and everything, and that would be at the Roseland Ballroom. So we agreed to do that, and that's what this live album came from. So we were very excited to do it. So it includes all of our hits from Bachman Turner Overdrive. It includes a Guess Who song or two, Shake All Over an American Woman, and Paul Schaefer joined us on the encore for Taking Care of Business. And it's out as a live album, and it's a really good representation what people will hear if they come and see Bachman and Turner in your neighborhood.
And the thing I was impressed with, Randy, was just the sound quality of it. I mean, you get a live album and you're usually thinking, wow, this is going to be a lot of crowd noise and all that stuff. But you guys mic'd it up so that, I mean, you hear the crowd noise at the end, but during the song itself, it sounds like a studio album.
Generally, I worked with my engineer quite a bit on that. We wanted... when the audience is up loud, there's a funny ambience of the room.
Sure.
So I think we took that down during the song and maybe bring it up at the end for the applause, or if the audience is singing "Taking Care of Business" with us or something like that.
Well, you're kind of a musical gypsy, Randy. I mean, you have been all over the place. A couple of most people are lucky if they have one super group that they're involved with. You have had two, plus the stuff that you've done on your own and with other people. I mean, you just obviously love music and love working with different combinations of people, I guess.
I do, and I'm always looking for like the next mountain to climb, and to come from Winnipeg and be friends with Burton Cummings, Fred Turner, and Neil Young, and to still play and visit and work with them off and on for the last couple of decades is really quite amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing Neil in his new Crazy Horse thing, probably at the end of in November in Toronto. And I always go visit him on stage. Sometimes I join him on stage for a song or two. And I just finished playing with Burton Cummings for a couple of years, and now I'm with Fred Turner. And we're teenagers still in Winnipeg.
And speaking of that, I mean, you started this business when you were just a teen yourself, and I think I saw an interview where you said you actually started out playing the accordion of all things, and that's
no, my brother played accordion. I played violin.
Okay, how does that translate?
Well, I learned to play on the accordion because he was so little he couldn't play it, so I used to get him to put it down sideways and pull the end and pump it. And I learned to play in the key of C, and that's how I wrote These Eyes in the key of C on piano.
Wow! And then you said that Elvis was the thing that really changed your life and got you going with rock and roll, I guess, right?
Well, yeah, I played violin from the age of 5 till about 14. All you play in violin is melody, so I'm quite a melody man. I think that's helped me write songs. But when I was about 15, I saw Elvis on TV, and it was so alien to the classical music I was playing on violin. I actually said, "What is that? What is that? It's so wild. What is it?" And the answer was, "Well, that's called rock and roll. It's a new kind of music for teenagers." Well, I was a teenager, so that was for me. And it was the devil's music, and that was for me. So I switched the guitar and started to play, wrote Taking Care of Business. Years later, Elvis adopted that as his motto, TCB. It's on his tombstone and all his memorabilia. If you go down to Graceland, it's on the T-shirts and the mugs. And so that's quite a cute little history of me and Taking Care of Business and Elvis. And then I managed to get from his bass player TCB necklace with TCB and a lightning bolt through it, which kind of completed the circle for me.
Man, you got a song on this album, "Shaking All Over," which really was, I guess, the beginning of your journey with the Guess Who as far as a recording. And I'm fascinated by that story because it was kind of put out with the whole name Guess Who was kind of a play on maybe the British invasion thing, and it might be the Beatles type of thing, right?
Well, we didn't have a name at the time of the band. We were called the Reflections.
Mm-hmm.
And then a record came out by the Reflections called Just Like Romeo and Juliet. So we got a letter from their lawyer saying, you guys have to change your name. And we had recorded the song Shake On All Over, sent it into the record label, and they said, what is the name of your band? And we said, we don't know. We don't have a name. Every name we had tried had been taken.
Uh-huh.
So they said, well, we think this is such a hit record, and it's right in the middle of the British invasion. We want to put it out. We're just going to put Guess Who on the label and kind of start a rumor that maybe it's Brian Jones and George Harrison and a couple other guys and Pete Townsend who can't say their name and because they're in other bands and other labels, that they recorded this at a party in England, and they put it out. It went to number 1 in Canada and top 20 in Billboard in the States, and this is like 1964, 65. We were still teenagers in high school kind of thing, and that got us the name The Guess Who. That was our first big hit, and to do it live at the Roseland Ballroom on this live CD, it was Paul Schaefer's that day, who's a friend of mine from Canada who played keyboards way back, and he runs the David Letterman band.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "You got to do Shakin' All Over." And so he joined us for Shakin' and taking care of business, and it was absolutely fun having him on stage.
Shaking all over. Just the way you say goodnight to me brings the feeling on inside of me. Quivers down my backbone. I got the shakes in my backbone. I got the shivers in my knee bone. Shaking all over. Quivers down my backbone. I got the shakes in my backbone. I got the shivers in my knee bone. Shaking all over. Well, you make me shake and I like it, baby. You make me shake and I like it, baby. Oh, shake, 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 oh, shake,
Now, when you were with the Guess Who, I mean, you were really one of the first bands out of Canada to really hit it big. Now, I know, you can look in the United States. I know, like, Paul Anka is a Canadian, but then he kind of came down here to earn his living. I mean, you guys were actually still living in Canada and doing some things. And I think, what was it, American Woman, when it hit number 1, was really a milestone for you guys. Why was it so long in coming from, I guess, Canada to get into the American music scene?
Well, there wasn't the communication there is today, or there has been for the last 10 years. There was no MTV.
Mm-hmm.
There was no national radio. Radio was all little tiny towns, and you might remember this, or your listeners might remember. You drove from one town to another, the radio would vanish.
Right.
And as you got closer to the next town, you could pick up a radio station again. So when you had a hit record, you had to go and play every single town that was playing your records. And so we toured and toured and toured. It takes a long time to tour the United States, and living in Winnipeg, which is the middle of the continent, right above Minneapolis.
Right.
It was a long drive from everywhere, and we never made a lot of money in those days. It was $200 or $300 a night. So to drive from Winnipeg to San Francisco for a gig, or to Boston or Texas,
Yeah.
we'd spend all our money on the gas tank and have no money. So it took a long, long, long time. But as things progressed and got better, we wrote better songs. And then when Cummings and I started to write and wrote the string of hits, These Eyes Laughing, She's Come Undone, No Sugar Tonight, No Time, American Woman, they just came bam, 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 bam. Every 3 or 4 months we had a song ready. We were writing like mad, and the record label was eating it up, and suddenly American radio station was playing us and looking for the next record and the next song from us. So it was real easy to put them out. And then American Woman just was all a matter of timing. When it came out, it was like they were ready for us to rock. And to jump from the ballad These Eyes to American Woman in basically 2 years,
Sure.
that was a big jump.
Yes, it was.
But the transition in between made sense to go from These Eyes to Laughing to She's Come Undone, which is kind of a jazz bossy song, No Sugar Tonight and No Time, and then American Woman. Each song kind of got progressively harder or more rock and roll.
American woman, stay away from me. American woman, mama, let me be. Don't come hanging around my door. I don't want to see your face no more. I got more important things to do than spend my time growing old with you. Now, woman, said stay away. American woman, listen what I say. American woman, get away from me. American woman, mama, let me be. Well, come a knocking around my door. Don't wanna see your shadow no more. Colored lights can hypnotize, sparkle someone else's eyes. Now, woman, said get away. American woman, listen what I say. American woman, said get away. American woman, listen what I say. Don't come hanging around my door. Don't want to see your face no more. I don't need your war machines. I don't need your ghetto scenes. Colored lights can hypnotize, sparkle someone else's eyes. Now, woman, get away from me. American
what was that like personally, Randy? I mean, you obviously were big in Canada, but then all of a sudden, you hit in the States, you get American Woman #1, and you guys explode all over the place. And I know you had some time in London before that, so you were a bit international anyhow. But I mean, talk about life changing. I mean, your life just had to go like warp speed, right?
Well, I remember when American Woman hit #1, we were still making $750 a night. And then the price jumped to $10,000 a night.
Wow.
And then I had to leave the band.
Yeah.
And I had been with the band 9 years at that point, so you could see the heartbreak involved in me leaving that band.
Right.
And I had a gallbladder problem, medical problem. I had to leave and get medical attention for like 9 months. Well, when you're in a band and you have the #1 album and single in the country, you don't stop touring. So the band went on without me. I took a year to get healthy and had a couple of kids and started the next band that would become Bachman Turner Overdrive. So in other words, I took some time out and kind of franchised the music out of Winnipeg and came back with a heavier rock band.
Well, sure. And was there a hard feeling? I mean, here you are. You just get the Guess Who going where you want it. You get sick, and then obviously they have to keep going and take off without you. I mean, was there bitterness on your part of, hey guys, I was a part of this. You were literally a part of it before Burton Cummings. I mean, you were a part of the first incarnation of what became the Guess Who. Was
yeah,
it?
Well, there was, obviously it wasn't a great vibe for me
Right.
or for them. And when somebody breaks up with you or you break up with someone else, whether you're buddies or your girlfriend or something, to make the break proper, there has to be some animosity, or you don't break up.
Right.
You know what I mean? There has to be a little bit of, I got to get away from this person. They're insane, or I'm insane, or we just don't match. So we split up, and after time goes by, you look at it and you go, man, was I ever a jerk? And they might look at it and go, man, was I ever a jerk? And you get back together and go, like, I'm real sorry. I didn't know you were thinking that.
Right.
You didn't know I was thinking what I was thinking, and these things were going on in my life, and we were so busy touring and traveling and recording that we lost track of being friends and being human, and we just became, machines and without feelings.
And
that kind of happens to every band. It's not
Sure.
just us. It's every single band is the same.
we're talking with Randy Bachman, and then Randy, you formed this group with Fred Turner, Bachman Turner Overdrive, and that had to be vindication for you. I mean, to be able to just get right back on the bicycle again and take off in the charts. I guess I mean that had to be a feeling of kind of take that to a certain extent, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's actually no difference. When we started to rehearse a couple of years ago, we go to Winnipeg, we all plug in, and Fred said, so what do we do? And I said, let's get right to it. Let's try Let It Ride.
Uh-huh.
So I play the guitar riff, we sing the intro, and suddenly he comes in, you can see the morning. And me and the band just broke into smiles and gave him a hug and said, nothing's changed. We are back, and we're exactly the way we were, and isn't life great?
And you're also able to keep your relationship with Burton Cummings. I believe you tour, you still do some tours with him as well?
Yeah, I toured with him up until a couple of years ago. Then I've been busy with Turner. There's talk of the three of us doing something, Bachman, Turner, and Cummings, which kind of would be like a weird, cool Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I don't know. We'd certainly have a lot of hits to play. I mean, dozens and dozens of hits. I mean, I played, 24 with Cummings, and I played 24 with Turner on stage. To put all that together would be quite an amazing show and really celebrate Winnipeg and Canadian music. And add Neil Young in there, we'd be able to do a 4-hour show that would knock your socks off.
Oh man, tell me about it. That would be fantastic. And this, like I said, this album itself, this project here is just fantastic. The live version and you guys just hitting it off again. It's so great to see you. I was going to say back, but you never went away. I mean, you've always been doing something. And also, you even do what we do here. You're doing a radio show, I believe, right?
I do. I started a radio show about 5 years ago in Canada. It's called Randy's Vinyl Tap. I play all my old vinyl, and I tell my old stories, just like the stories I've been telling you now about different artists and Elvis and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's on Sirius Satellite 159 in the States. I have a book coming out called Randy's Vinyl Tap Stories. That's coming out in September, and people can get that on their radio or Sirius Satellite, cbcradio.ca, cbc.ca in Canada. And it's 2 hours every Saturday night, and it's, like I said, me reminiscing stories of Elvis, Little Richard, Brian Wilson, Ringo Starr, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, Chuck Berry, everybody who I met and played with, which is pretty substantial in my 40 years in rock and roll. And I play their music and tell the stories behind it, and it's been a lot of fun.
And you got to be living the life. I mean, ever since you were a kid, a teenager, I mean, doing something that a lot of us just dream of doing. I mean, do you ever look and thank the lucky stars and say, wow, I've never really had to, work in a shop or anything like that. I've been a guitar player my whole life.
Well, I did have jobs, and that was to make my father happy. He never thought I could make a living at music, but I started playing violin when I was 5. I remember the first day in school. So I'm 6 years of age, and we're all sitting in school. This is the first morning in school, and the teacher's trying to do what's called a seating plan, which has all the seats and everybody's name written down so she could call you by name.
Right.
So she said, I'm going to start here, and I want you to go down and tell me your name and what your dad does and what you want to be when you grow up. So it gets to the girl in front of me. She says her name and da-da-da. And then it gets to me, and I say, my name is Randy Bachman. My dad's an optician, and I'm a musician. And she said, but what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said the same thing. My name's Randy Bachman. My dad's an optician. I'm a musician. She asked me again, what do you want to be when you grow up? I got up from my desk crying. I ran home. I lived a block from the school. I run home. My mother's doing the laundry, the dish washing machine's going, and she says, what are you doing home? And I said, I can't stand school. I get all the questions wrong. I quit. She says, you can't quit to school. She takes me back to school, and I'm crying, and then she says, the teacher says, what's wrong? And so we sorted that out, and the teacher said, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you already knew what you were going to do when you grew up, that you are a musician. And that solidified it. In grade 1, I was a musician.
Wow.
And I just switched instruments from violin. Like I said, when I saw Elvis when I was 15, I switched to guitar. I've been playing music all my life. It's my joy. It's my passion. I'm a one-trick pony, but I can do that trick really well, and it's just a joy doing it over and over and over.
As a writer, Randy, do you consider yourself a word person, a music person, or do one come? Does the melody come?
They
first?
Both kind of come with each other, and I think my strength is in songwriting, and certainly is not in singing or guitar playing, because there's millions better than me, but it's really hard to top some of the songs I've written. I mean, I've been fortunate to be part of writing, great ballads like with Burton Cummings, These Eyes, writing She's Come Undone on my own, a really cool jazz song, jamming with the band American Woman, and then, doing a Taking Care of Business, writing some really touching love songs and ballads and some jazzy stuff, and some really, really fun rock and roll.
Can you?
But it's taken 40 years, and it takes a dozen songs with 11 throwaways to have that one good song. So it comes with doing it and doing it and doing it, and writing in the hundreds of songs to get 12 good ones for an album.
Yeah,
so it's something you kind of got to embrace and just do it all the time. And I have, and I feel that's why I've been successful. That I just I don't take no for an answer. If something stops me, I go around it. If it's a big mountain, I climb over it or go around it, take a detour, and just keep going.
These eyes cry every night for you. These arms long to hold you again. The curtains on me, yeah, and I will never be free, no, my baby, no, no. You gave a promise to me, yeah, you broke it, oh no. These eyes watched you bring my world to an end. This heart could not accept and pretend. The curtains on me, yeah, that I will never be free, no, no, no. You took the vow with me, yeah, and you spoke it, babe. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I had with you. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I had with you. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I had with you. These eyes cry every night for you. These arms long to hold you again. Ah! These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I had with you. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I had with you. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I had with you. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I had with you, baby, baby, baby.
Is there one song maybe for Guess Who and then maybe for Bachman Turner Overdrive that is personal favorites? I mean, can you actually pick one or two, or are they all like your kids? They all have their own life.
I think with the Guess Who, it would probably be She's Come Undone. I wrote that alone, and it's such a meaningful song to so many people. It's been recorded by many people, jazz guys. Kurt Elling has done a great version and won a Grammy for it. Got nominated for a Grammy for that a couple of years ago.
She's come undone. She didn't know what she was headed for. And when I found what she was headed for, it was too late. She's come undone. She found a mountain that was far too high. And when she found out she couldn't fly, it was too late. It's too late. She's gone too far. She's lost the sun. She's come undone. She wanted truth, but all she got was lies. Came the time to realize, and it was too late. She's come undone. She didn't know what she was headed for. And when I found what she was headed for, Mama, it was too late. lost the sun. She's come undone. No, 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 no. Too many mountains and not enough stairs to climb. Too many churches and not enough truth. Too many people and not enough eyes to see. Too many lives to lead and not enough time. It's too late, she's gone too far. She's lost the sun. She's come undone. Da, 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 da. Lost the sun. She's come undone. She didn't know what she was headed for. And when I found what she was headed for, it was too late. She's come undone. She found a mountain that was far too high. And when she found out she couldn't fly, Mama, it was too late. Too far, she's lost the sun. She's come undone.
And Taking Care of Business, the ultimate party song that I wrote by mistake, on accident, by accident on stage, putting two weird things together, singing it in one take, having a guy walk in and play piano, walking out and us not even knowing who he was, making that record a magical moment on vinyl, and it's still my anthem to this day.
They get up every morning from the long clocks, wanting to take Taking care of business. Woo! Taking care of business. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. Every day. Taking care of business. Every way. Taking care of business. It's all mine. Taking care of business. Working overtime. Woo! Taking care of business. Taking care of business. We be taking care of business. We be taking care of business. Woo! Taking care of business. Taking care of business.
I got to ask you an urban legend question here about You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. And I'd heard somewhere that you had written that with kind of a dig at your brother or something. You had a stuttering problem. Is that true at all?
Yes, the urban myth is true. That's one that is true. The song was not to be on an album. It was an outtake that I went and stuttered over and was going to send this one version on a cassette to my brother. And the head of our label heard it, and he said, "That's a hit record. You got to put it on the album." That was the first BTO album that had a 9th song. They all had 4 songs aside, being vinyl. They all had 8 songs, and that was the first album. I then juggled the songs to put the 4 long ones on one side to get the extra 5th song on the second side, and put that out and told him it was a big mistake, and he proved me wrong because it was a big million seller and went to number 1 in 22 countries.
Wow. What was your brother's take on that? Did he take exception that you made
Well,
fun?
I tell you what, after that came out, he stopped stuttering.
You cured him, man.
I think so. It made him very self-conscious, obviously, and he went to a speech therapist.
Wow.
And today he's one of the greatest businessmen in Canada.
Well, Randy, you've taken some time with us, and I don't want to hold you up. I know you're very, very busy. I appreciate it. The album is called Live at the Roseland Ballroom, New York City, and it is fantastic. Double CD set, and I'm assuming folks can pick this up at their favorite record shop, I guess, right?
If there is a record shop near you, and I know there's a DVD of that show also coming out. They're all in Walmart.
Uh-huh.
And you go to BachmanandTurner.com or RandyBachman.com. They could buy it online. Probably get it on iTunes real soon. It's brand new right now, so you'll find it. It's out there.
And you also say you have a biography. Do you say it's already out or it's in the process of coming out?
Yeah, there's the Vinyl Tap book is coming out. I have a biography out, Taking Care of Business. You can find that all at RandyBachman.com on the internet, and that's where to shop these days.